What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. Okay, so I wanted to dig a little bit deeper into the DEC and upcoming SPS ranked battle rewards. Now, DEC ranked battle rewards are going to be going away in favor of SPS. And if you missed it, that was on the last major update from the team, as well as they discussed it on the most recent town hall. So looking at the numbers in this, I think it's going to be a very, very clear win for the community and for the game, because the value that is being paid out in SPS is going to be significantly higher, even in a disaster, worst case, end of the world scenario. Now, I'm going to show you the numbers right now as we have them, and then see where we could potentially go. So just going to bust out my calculator here, and hopefully I don't go too fast and you guys can follow along. But we're going to take a look at DEC. Now, we're going to take a look at DEC first, and then we're going to take a look at SPS. Now, DEC at its peg prints about $1,000 per day. Now, since we're below the peg, we're actually printing even less than that. So since we're like 40% below the peg, we are only printing about 580,000 DEC tokens per day for ranked battle rewards pool. Multiply that by the 0.00058, and you can see that there's only about $330 printed per day. Okay, and I'm going to be looking at this as a per day. If you want to look at it per year, we can also do 365. So it's about 122,000. But I think just to keep the numbers simple, it's about $330 per day that we would be printing, that we currently are printing out in DEC rewards. Now, when DEC is at its peg, that means we're printing out 1 million DEC tokens per day. Multiply that by the 0.001, which is the peg price, and you get $1,000. Multiply that throughout the year, and you get $365,000. Sounds awesome. Now let's move to SPS. Now, SPS, I'm so bullish on SPS long run, but I've been bearish on this from the start. When they talked about ranked battle rewards coming to SPS, I just see that as a lot of opportunities for people to sell, a huge sell pressure that will still be on the token. And so I can see it, at least initially, potentially going down. Now, this could all be thrown out the window if some other types of utility come. And we know that utility is coming, especially if there's going to be arbitrage opportunities to burn SPS for DEC if DEC were to get back to or above its peg. We're not there yet, though. So I think that there's still some room to keep going down. And if they don't implement that DEC utility, which will translate into SPS utility, then we could see this downward trend for a while. But let's say we just stay flat. Let's say we just stay even. We're at about 4 cents. I'm even going to round down right now, right? Let's say by the time this comes out, we're down to 4 cents. And we are printing roughly 7.5 million. Actually, let me just do 7.5 million SPS per month. Now you divide that by 30 days roughly per month, and that's about 250,000 SPS coming out per day. This is the same amount that is going to be issued, this is the same amount that is currently being issued for SPS staking rewards. So it's the same amount per month and per day, 250,000. Now, when we multiply that times the we'll go with the actual price, 0.044, so 4.4 cents on a daily basis, they are printing out $11,000 in rewards at this price, compared to the 336 that is the current value of DEC being printed per day in rewards. That's a huge difference. That's a 32x in terms of the amount of rewards that will be coming. But let's get bearish. Let's get super bearish for a second. And let's say SPS goes down, oh my goodness, to 1 cent. That's how low I want to go. And for you perma bears out there who think this is going to go below 1 cent, I can't say that, you're going to be wrong or right, but I'm going to go with 1 cent because I feel like that's going to be an extreme scenario in my book. So if we do that 250,000 times the 0.01, it's still 2,500 per day, which over DEC is 7x. And even still, even if DEC comes back to its peg, the 2,500 per day is still 2.5 more times in value printed every single day. Now, if SPS starts to increase Whoa, that's where the life cycle or the life spiral starts to get very interesting, right? And the reason I call it a life spiral is because the reverse is called a death spiral, right? When both tokens kind of go down. But the way that the tokens are going at this point, if we can get DEC back up to its peg with all of the DEC that will potentially be coming out of liquidity pools and going into packs, or if people continue to buy packs with DEC, because right now it's still cheaper to buy packs with DEC than with credits. So if we can get DEC back to its peg eventually, and then people were to start burning SPS, again, I don't think that the amount burned in the short run, and maybe even in the medium run, is going to be enough to change the price. But the amount of arbitrage that could be there could create some interesting buy pressure. And if those people who are earning it by playing the game decide that they don't want to sell, in the same way that people who are earning it from the airdrop are not going to sell, and again, these quantities will be lower than what was in the airdrop, then there could be a ton less sell pressure that this buy pressure would need to fight as well. So if we want to get bullish pie in the sky, and I really don't want to, but I just want to show you where the numbers are at. If we stay at 4 cents or 4.4 cents, right? How much did we calculate that out to be? So 250,000 tokens per day times 0.044. That's $11,000 per day times 365. That is $4 million per year. $4 million per year. Now, where could SPS go in the short to medium term if there is an upside for it, if there is a demand for it? And when I'm talking about short to medium term, I'm thinking like 3 months out, right? Potentially with Rift Watchers and all that. And keep in mind, this will hopefully go live before Rift Watchers comes into effect. At least the ranked battle rewards, not the burning. But let's say, for example, that people buy into Rift Watchers and that actually moves the price in a significant way. What if we jump up to 10 cents? I don't think that that's unreasonable. I don't know how likely it is, but I'm going to say that I don't think that it's unreasonable for us to pump up to 10 cents, considering what we saw with Chaos Legion last year. Now, granted, Rift Watchers is not as big as Chaos Legion, and the pool has been diluted so much more. There's only about 200 million tokens in circulation last year, whereas there's about 4 times, a little bit more than 4 times that amount now. But all of a sudden, we're looking at 250,000 tokens times 0.1. You got $25,000 in value per day compared to where the DEC value is. So any way you slice it, on the bear side, and then obviously on the bull side, SPS rewards are going to be a literal game changer for this in terms of earnings. It's going to be way more lucrative for people to be playing now. And if you do decide to sell the SPS, then at least you'll be getting a decent value out of it. And if you decide to hold because there might be better opportunities to utilize SPS, or maybe you're trying to get to a certain amount of SPS staked, whatever the case is, whatever kind of utility that you're going for and that's given to the token, if this price can stay, or even if it drops slightly, I'm not as worried about it, because no matter, even in the worst case scenario, we're going to be getting a lot more. Now, let's look at it this way. How low would we have to go in order for there to be an equivalent amount to peg, right? So let's say there was only going to be 1,000 per day, then we'd have to go, let's see, what is this, 0.005 times 250,000? Is that what I'm thinking of? No, we'd have to go even lower than that, 0.004 times 250,000. There you go. So if SPS literally drops down, okay, so we're looking at SPS going down another 90% from here, and essentially being 0.004, so 4/10 of a penny. That's how low SPS would have to go to be equivalent to the amount of DEC rewards at par. Now, if you think SPS is going to drop another 90% from here, I don't know what to tell you. Again, I can't say that you're wrong, but with everything that the team is trying to work towards and all this utility that they've talked about in the second half of the year, that I'm believing in, right? I do believe that Rift Watchers will make a difference. I don't know how much, but I do believe that Rift Watchers will make a difference. I do believe there will be potential pumps and subsequent dumps, right? Whenever a promo card comes about, or whenever, some major launch or whatever comes through. So there will be opportunities for SPS to make these pumps. Where it goes in the medium to mid-medium or mid-long term, whatever. And when I'm saying that, I guess I'm looking like 6 months out, right? If, for example, Chaos Legion doesn't sell out by the end of the year, then sure, we can maybe start dripping down again into the low 3, 2, 1 cents. Again, I don't know. I'm not trying to make any predictions here. I'm just saying that I do think that there are going to be some things that offer utility for SPS and can pump the price. I'm also saying that I do believe that after those pumps, there will be some significant dumps. And at the end of the day, if those pump and dumps are not really affecting the market in any single way or any specific way, then I can see this bleeding out for a little bit until we get DEC back to its peg. But again, what do I know? I'm just some dude who likes talking about this stuff. So take this all with a grain of salt. This is not financial advice. This is just game advice and trying to figure out how to best move forward within the game utilizing these tokens to their full effect. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I will catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.